So, about 6 years ago, when I was living in Australia with my husband, we had a baby. And having very little time to myself and very little space because we lived in a very small apartment, I was doing very small art projects that I could do in one sitting while our baby at the time was sleeping when he was napping. So I just found this box. This is an Anzac cookie box and filled with some of these projects. And so I'll share some of these with you. So I've always been into boxes, first of all, and I've always kept these little cigar boxes from when my dad used to smoke these. And I was working a lot in series at the time, so I would do these series of little watercolor drawings. At the time I was working with a lot of Enzos, these small circles. And yeah, so the idea was to do a project a day, and I feel like this is working every day is kind of what got me back on my feet after having a baby. So I'll go through some of these with you. Some of these projects were little books. Let's see. Like I said, I've always been into boxes and coincidentally origami. So for this project, I made a box. I believe this one was 50 drawings. This one would have been done in 50 days. If I remember correctly, this is a stack of 10 drawings per little stack. I'm not going to open all of these right now. But yeah, they have their own little box. The nice thing about watercolor and ink is that it's very portable. So I think I mentioned we were living in a small apartment. So my workspace at the time was our table for eating and drawing. And I had a little box of supplies. So I had watercolors, I had gouache, which are opaque watercolors, and some ink and pencils. And so I could do all these small projects. And I apologize for the noise. That's the laundry. Wow, I remember making this self-portrait really early on after having the baby. I was really tired. I was doing a lot of what I called at the time run drawings. So I would go for runs and I would take the GPS information, so the track that was done and all the numbers from the run as far as like speed and distance. And then I would make these grids. At the time they were similar to the neighborhood we were living in, to maps of the neighborhood. And then I would make these small paintings inspired by these runs or from the data from the run. Made a lot of drawings of Noah's toys at the time. And let's see. Another little book. Yeah, and then, yeah, more boxes. This was a candy box. And with a very tiny, tiny series of drawings in it. And that is it. I found other drawings in another box, which I will share with you another time.